Week 10 mercifully is behind us, and I don't ever want to talk about it again. We are on to Cincinnati, and the DFS Deli is on to week 11. So join us as we dive in and take the 50,000-foot view of the main slate here on the DFS Deli. Turn on the open signs and welcome in. Time for the Deli. Hey, welcome in to the DFS Deli. I'm the proprietor of this delicatessen, Saleh Ali Shahid, and it is a cool, cold, crispy Wednesday here in Cleveland, Ohio. And I am joined tonight, of course, by my favorite coworkers on the entire planet, probably my only coworkers, actually. Baker, chill, welcome back to work. It is week 11. The NFL season is flying past, as per usual. The full disclaimer that we have to mention that I can't believe we're halfway through the season, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. Baker, how's Columbus, Ohio treating you?
It's not as cold or as crisp down here. So, we're still getting used to the lay of the land. Every so often I still get lost because I refuse to use my GPS. I'm like, I can find my way home. Half hour later, I'm still in the same area. Like, where the fuck am I? But we're having fun. And yeah. Sully, how was your week 10, by the way?
Chili, welcome to work. I appreciate you joining us tonight, even though you're fighting a little illness. Like I said, the weather in Cleveland has not been favorable for any of us. So basically, how you doing, man? You hanging in there?
I'm hanging in there. It's just hard to speak for long periods of time, but we'll power through. Just an interesting slate. Kind of some, I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully it won't be as bad as last week, so I'm just ready to dive on in.
Nothing happened last week. Nothing. Absolutely nothing happened last week. All right, fine. I would like to apologize to anybody that listened to any advice that I gave you. There were very few hits in between the terrible plays that I got off the wall with. There was Jalen Hurts came through, thumbs up. Cooper Rush, wow. That was an all-timer. How does one score 0 and not get hurt? You know what? It would have been different if CeeDee Lamb could see the ball, right? Like, we could have been off to the races if he would have caught that touchdown, or Zeke doesn't fumble inside the red zone. There were a lot of things that happened inside that game, but at the same time, I think there's one moral of the story in that the Cowboys are trash. And I think we said this weeks ago, right? So they're just solidifying the point that I brought up here on the show several weeks ago, that their season is completely done and dusted.
They traded for Jonathan Mingo. Clearly, they're still in contention, bro.
Was he even active?
No.
That's what I thought.
They gave up more for Mingo than what they got back for Amari Cooper.
I can't talk about that trash team anymore because they're not on the slate, thank God.
So, unless you want to play the full Thursday through Monday slate, and then
absolutely not.
And then
no,
we can talk about the Cowboys. Just saying.
The Thursday through Monday slate would be kind of fun because we are deprived of Commies Eagles tomorrow night, and I think that game could be fun. I really think it could be fun.
I think one side of that game is fun.
The Commies?
No, I think it's the Eagles side.
The Commies are always fun to play.
Yeah. In what world?
Sands 2 weeks ago, because Jaden Daniels was cooking up until that point in the last couple of games. 53 and 55 completion percentage in both games respectively. 0 touchdowns. That kind of sucks. But 0 touchdowns last week because they all came on the ground. But still, it could have been. I think it could be fun. I think tomorrow's game will be nice. But before you get into football, there's a big fight this weekend. You guys watching the the Paul Tyson fight, or what are we doing here? What are we doing?
I will not pay for it. I may watch it, but I'm not paying for it.
It's on Netflix.
I don't have Netflix.
You can use my Netflix if you want to.
I'm surprised it's still not behind a paywall on Netflix.
That kind of surprised me too. I thought there was going to be like, they advertise for the fight, like put it up, and then when you click on it, it's like $59.99.
And you're sitting there like,
oh, got him, coach. Baker, will you be watching the Tyson Paul fight?
I'll be watching a fight this weekend.
On a Friday night, are you watching Paul Tyson?
If I randomly click to HBO and watch HBO's Friday night fights, then yes, I'll be watching a fight.
They still do Friday night fights?
I think so.
I was going to say, is that a thing? I haven't had HBO since I was like 10.
Nobody's had HBO since The Sopranos. Let's be real.
What did they? So they changed it to HBO Max, and then they just went to Max. Did they change it again?
I don't fucking know.
I think they did.
Everything's a part of some sort of package to do this, that, or the other. So, fuck if I know, bro.
Yeah, you're totally right. If you want one thing, you got to get a damn package. Everything's in package. Like, I can't buy one thing on Amazon without it suggesting 7 other things, which I eventually buy, by the way, because it sounds like such a good damn idea. And now what was a $25 cart just to get to the free delivery turned into $150, and I have 7 packages coming to my apartment. So that's how the TV networks get you. That's how Amazon gets you. It's all in cahoots. They're all working in conspiracy together to freaking hold us down, man. And I don't like it too much. Just put it out there.
This is why you don't get any packages. You just, you're like, give me this. Give me this.
I can't do it.
Oh.
I can't do it. Grocery stores are set up the exact same way. I'm surprised there's not dudes walking around in the freaking gas station parking lot selling fucking Slurpees while you're pumping gas. Like, oh, that sounds like a good idea right about now.
Well, luckily, the grocery store, you're safe there. You personally, you're safe because nobody's selling the shit that you eat.
Listen, tell me you wouldn't buy an extra 6-pack that you weren't intending on buying if some dude at the gas station ran up on you with 6-pack in hand as you were pumping gas. Like, you went to the gas station specifically for gas. But if some dude was like, hey, you look like a drinker, or you look like you could use a break, or you look like you could use a coupon for this said 6-pack or our beer, would you not buy extra beer even though you didn't intend on doing it?
Nobody has to coerce me into buying extra beer.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They're going to start getting us even more. They're going to find more and more creative ways to get us. I'm just saying. Just put it out there. Like, remember how, or you guys don't remember, but I think they took it, they had to have taken it away because I don't see it anymore. Like, they had the guru thing on FanDuel where it would suggest players to play alongside the other players.
The guru.
You remember Guru? Yeah. Then they took it away. That's how they get you, man. It's the package. It's the package. Before we start talking about football and the the position by position breakdown, of course, that's what we do here on the DFS Deli, because that's what you're all here for, not the banter that I've spat to the side. I'm just like, I'm so over week 10. I don't even want to talk about week 11. Like, I'm so mad at what transpired during week 10, but it's my obligation to do so. So it's about that time, fellas. Let us raise the glass for the ones we lost over the weekend. Joe Flacco is no longer the starter in Indianapolis. We have to go back to the Anthony Richardson experience. I don't even know who got hurt this week. All I know is that it's a sad day because we didn't get the Joe Flacco revenge game. So bottoms up to those ones we lost and the ones we will not see for the foreseeable future. Bottoms up, boys. We enter the Anthony Richardson era again. I guess that's a good segue to start talking about the QB position, huh?
Do we start talking about Anthony Richardson?
I guess you can start there, seeing as how he's going to be being trotted back out there this week when he doesn't tap himself out the game. So I mean,
I think it's safe to say he will not tap out this week.
okay. So tell me, Baker, are you interested in a $5,200? You said Anthony
53.
Richardson?
53.
My apologies.
It always intrigues me because of you have, as you people like to say, the rushing floor. So obviously he has that built into him. He can snipe any goal line carry if they're able to get in towards the goal line. We've seen the man put up 30 points, being a top tier fantasy quarterback at this price versus a Jets team that can't stop a nosebleed. It's intriguing. The only downside to him, in my humble opinion, is, obviously we always look to who we can stack so we can get less things right. And stacking Anthony Richardson is the biggest shit show in the world. So that's the only thing that scares me about him. But I definitely don't mind playing A-Rich because I don't mind playing the Jets on the other side. Like, we know this Colts defense can be had in multiple ways, so I don't mind getting weird with a Garrett Wilson, a Devontae Adams, or a Breece Hall.
Yeah, but excuse me, you're talking about a team that mustered 6 points last week.
Hey, these Cardinals are for real. Like, we tried to pick on this Cardinals defense a bunch so far this season, and we've been wrong more times than not.
The Cardinals are so good.
Like, they're this Cardinals defense is good.
Yeah, they're efficiently good, and I don't like that. That's not good for fantasy. Like, I don't like that they're the sixth best rushing offense in football. I don't like that. And it's spread out between, their quarterback and obviously James Conner. I'm sorry, yeah. James Conner is sixth in the NFL in rushing, I think. As a team, they're second or third. Something stupid like that. Like, this team's good. So apologies to the Cardinals. And that just solidifies the fact that the Jets are just ass. Yeah, they're ass, dude.
The Jets are trash, but the Colts are trash. Like, we're not about to act like the Colts are good.
Yeah. 100% correct. Yes, the Colts suck. This is facts.
In the right matchups, Aaron Rodgers has looked like a competent quarterback.
Yeah, but we're not thinking about playing Aaron Rodgers, are we?
No. I'm just saying that he could put his players in a position to the point where they could be fantasy relevant.
I may.
Gross. I heard people trying to talk up playing Aaron Rodgers last week. I'm like, nah, Aaron Rodgers beats me. I'll just gladly take my L.
Here's the thing, like, even if he goes off, I don't think he's going to be owned to the point where you could probably survive it.
I think if Aaron Rodgers is going off, there's a better chance on the other side of that game that Anthony Richardson is going off as well.
The only reason why I'm interested in playing Rodgers is because they're at home, and they tend to beat up on bad teams at home, at least for this season. And
don't they have 3 wins? What teams have they beat up on?
Jacksonville,
New England, Houston, and I don't remember what their third one was.
Oh, no, they didn't play Jacksonville. I apologize.
New England.
We just assume everyone's beat up on Jacksonville. That's okay.
Tennessee. That would be their other win.
Ah, yes.
So technically, they've beaten a division leader.
That's so sad.
So sad. So sad.
Houston is so hurt, but I have some interest in Rodgers.
Well, Baker, I'll slide it back to you. Who else are you targeting on this slate for quarterbacks? Because there's probably like 2 to 3 places that I want to go, and I think we discussed a little bit offline. But let's see if our ideals line up on this one.
All right, I know this is going to be the biggest shock of anything that I say this evening. You ready for it? You ready? You. I'm playing Jameis Winston. I know, biggest shock of the world. Baker playing Jameis Winston. Crazy, right?
No.
I know, right? I know. It's so crazy. Jameis Winston.
Baker, you're out here trying to extract some revenge?
Well, one, New Orleans can be had, and they've shown that in multiple ways. And two, I love Jameis. And three, yes, I will extract my revenge. I will take my pound of flesh of Jameis from New Orleans, deciding to go with Derek Carr over Jameis. Derek Carr, this bum ass.
It's because Derek Carr is better.
Not even close. Jameis Winston shits on that man.
Derek
Baker,
Carr,
if Kirk Cousins can't do anything against the New Orleans Saints,
I just want to know: has Jameis Winston led his team to the playoffs?
Yes. Yes, yes.
When?
In Tampa. What are you talking about? When? He was in Tampa. He's been in the playoffs.
he has.
I don't remember.
It was the season before 30-30, right?
Yeah.
Because he didn't make it 30-30.
So right there, that's for you.
Yeah, Derek Carr is still better, but
Absolutely. Derek Carr's been given more opportunities.
If Derek Carr can make a man out of MVS, I don't see Jameis Winston he made a man of Cedric Tillman. Well, come on, man. MVS is on his 6th team this year, and he came out for 100 plus and 2 because of the right arm of Derek Carr.
So what you're telling me is Derek Carr is better than Pat Mahomes because Pat Mahomes couldn't make shit of MVS. That's what I heard.
That's not true. MVS didn't start on the Chiefs this year. You could argue for Josh Allen.
Yeah, Josh Allen is trash. Then yeah, you're right. You're right. He could make a man out of MVS.
MVS started for the Chiefs last year.
Yeah, and they won the Super Bowl. What's your point?
But it was not. MVS did not have a single game like he did this past Sunday.
He's a really good run blocker. He does the little things for the Chiefs.
He's just fast. Okay, he's fast.
It's the little things.
He's a really good run blocker, though.
He's just fast.
He's a good run blocker.
He's #fast.
You got to remember, it's just more than being fast. You got to block for the run, which he's good at. This has been stated a lot by Andy Reid. That's why MVS was wide receiver 2 on the depth chart.
Listen, you can be fast and get away with just being fast in the NFL. Ted Ginn made an entire career out of that. Okay, I didn't see him having accolades for his run blocking ability. All right, it was you, field, run fast. Okay, that was it.
Hey,
I miss those old Panthers stacks with Ted Ginn.
Oh Lord Jesus!
You get 2 catches.
Getting back on target on what we're talking about. Yes, you mentioned the fact that Kirk Cousins couldn't do shit versus this New Orleans secondary last week. I don't think that's indicative of the fact that New Orleans defense is good. Atlanta was still able to score a decent amount of points. Like they were still driving. Just things didn't kind of go well. Their kicker kept missing kicks, which is kind of weird for that young ho. So drives weren't really sustained. But you can like it's been shown pretty much all year. You can move the ball on New Orleans, definitely on the ground. Without Marshawn Lattimore now, I don't feel like their secondary is going to be anything that I'll be scared of. And we know Cleveland's going to throw the ball 30, 40 times a game. So, Jameis, volume, revenge, yes. And lastly, Baltimore's on the slate. Play the quarterback versus Baltimore. That's my analysis.
Revenge. So I'll kick it to you, Chill. Baker alluded to it. We can ride again this week against a terrible Baltimore secondary. So is this the week that we can fire up Russell Wilson?
I mean, you can. Obviously, Baltimore's defense is just incredibly bad. So if you want to fire up Russ, I'm not gonna knock it. I don't know what his ceiling may be in that game. That would be my only concern. But I'm not gonna knock the play.
I think we saw the ceiling last week. You get 200 plus and 3 efficiently.
That's probably it, right? He's got easy stack partners, so I don't hate the Russ play at all. It is Baltimore, so I don't hate that at all. Just a couple of other quarterbacks I'll just kind of point out. The Jaguars are going to Detroit. people don't like playing Jared Goff. He did just throw 5 interceptions. Um, I could see Detroit absolutely lamb-based the Jaguars here. Um, so I do like. I mean, I like that Detroit offense as a whole. So I think you're going to need a Lion again. He's got easy partners as well to stack. Um, Kind of a weird play, but like anybody got interested in playing Bo Nix?
That's not weird. I don't mind Bo Nix.
I
I can get behind
believe.
it. Yeah, I
I
can get
mean,
behind it.
Atlanta does give up a decent amount of projected fantasy points to quarterbacks, um, about 5% over expectation. I already mentioned Aaron Rodgers could be kind of thin, but like if there's a week for him to look relevant, it's this one. If you again, I understand all the arguments against it. This offense has been absolutely awful all year. Doesn't matter who the coordinator is. Doesn't matter. Um, and then just kind of taking a look here. I think if Achan is going to be very chalky, I think Tua becomes super intriguing if you want to pivot. Um, those are kind of the quarterbacks I'm looking at.
I was gonna say Tua and Russ are probably my favorite quarterbacks on the slate. Like Tua gets Vegas at home. What else? If you want to get the scorched earth Tyreek Hill week, this is it. This,
Yeah.
this is it.
Plus, there's a lot of rumors that some of those players may not want to play for Pierce. Um, so this could look like the 70-point Denver game,
Oh, that seems like so long ago.
right?
Last year. But yeah, other than those quarterbacks, like I'll mention the big boys on the slate in the game of the week. Obviously, the Buffalo Bills take on the undefeated Kansas City Chiefs in Highmark Stadium. So it's like, yeah, you got to pay for Josh Allen, but at the same time, like, do we get scorched earth Josh Allen that we got from the beginning of the year, Firehawk Josh Allen, or we get Colts Josh Allen? Like that's the conundrum. I get it. The Chiefs are good on defense and efficient on offense, but again, I don't know if a lot of people are going to be targeting this game. I think they just want it for the enjoyment of the game and not the fantasy aspects that can be produced from the game. But if you want a piece, obviously Josh Allen, and then they can't stop the run whatsoever. And we'll go over the running back here in a second. But whoever, I know Isaiah Pacheco just came off IR. So if Kareem Hunt's still the guy, cool. Pacheco's still the guy, cool. So you got run backs on the other side. So I like Josh Allen this week, but again, Russ and Tua are probably leading the way for me at quarterback. Baker, did we miss anybody?
I mean, I think the last person that I will say is Lamar, because if Russ is going to get there on his side, it could come from a scorched earth fucking game from Lamar Jackson,
But he
because all they
doesn't
do is
do
get
that.
these.
He doesn't do it to Pittsburgh. That's the thing. That's
I mean,
my concern.
historically, you are 100% correct. But this defense is giving up so many points to the point where Lamar Jackson, he's in these games where he has to continue to score, except for that Denver game, in which he still continued to score.
Yeah, you're right though.
So Baltimore's running it up, and you get a game environment that people are going to target, but nobody's targeting Lamar Jackson.
Fair. Let's slide over to running back then. Chill, I'll start with you. Who are you eyeing up this week? Because it's Wednesday. Like I said, ownership's spread out for the most part. I guess the real question on DraftKings, at least, is to CMC or not CMC. That is the chalk question of the week.
I,
So, what is your
I
stance on CMC? And you mentioned Devon H.A. You might as well harp on him too, real quick.
which one of those two is the lower owned of the chalk? That's who I'm playing. That
I think it'll be Devon Achan.
so I'd rather play Achan and get the discount because like at the rate he's catching passes, where brother Raheem is slowly getting phased out of the offense a little bit. I'd rather just play Achan. Again, CMC is fine, obviously. Um, his usage rate last week was pretty ridiculous. Um, I mean, we know what he's getting. He's getting 20 points. Seattle, last couple of games, has not their defense has been a little bit rough. Um, so again, those are probably the two chalkiest running backs on the slate. And then I'm probably playing Jahmyr Gibbs, and nobody likes to play Jahmyr Gibbs.
I have sad news for you this week. Everyone's playing Jahmyr Gibbs this week.
Not. I mean, like it may be like last week, right, where it's like 7 running backs are all 20%, and you just pray that yours hits.
That is true. Yes. If ownership, because I mean, it looks flat with the exception of CMC and Devon Achane. Yeah, it looks pretty flat. So yeah, if not everyone, I say everyone, not everyone's going to be playing him, but he will be significantly more owned than he normally is. But my gold star play is David Montgomery.
I was going to say, just
I think that's the gold star play of the week.
If he's going to be in single digits.
Exactly.
Or
Baker. Could it be the week we can play the 2 running backs from the same team system? Is this the week?
If it is the week, I won't be on it.
Oh, come on.
I think it would be a better chance if Trevor Lawrence was playing. I don't know what that looks like, but
he is out officially.
He's already been ruled out.
Yes, Mac Jones is your starter this week. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
And I mean, you mentioned it earlier. Whatever Kansas City running back is playing, probably play that. Or I mean, but the thing is like because Kareem did so good, like I'd just be feared that it could turn into running back by committee. Like they just ease in Pacheco.
The Bills' run defense is sauce, bro.
I know, but like
they both could quote unquote get there. But yeah, I agree with you. Maybe it's going to be an easing in type of factor. So I'm with you on that.
This is the last relevant game for the Chiefs until the playoffs.
Yes.
If they win this game, they're like up 4 or 5 games for the 1 seed or something ridiculous like that. Pretty much nobody's catching them in their division, and they're probably going undefeated. They would have 2 more hard games left, or 3 if you want to count the Chargers. They got Houston and Pittsburgh, and I think the Pittsburgh game is on Christmas Day, so they're probably trying that game.
Yeah, I think as far as that game goes, even from a fantasy environment, I think that we're gonna have to get Firehawk Josh Allen only because if the Bills have their bye next week and then their schedule is stupid, so if they have any chance, any hope of getting the number 1 seed and getting the playoffs to Highmark, you best believe they have to beat the Chiefs this week. Have to. If not, it's wraps. And then the Chiefs, like you said, are going to take the rest of the season off. They are locked in to the number 1 seed.
Literally, they're locked in. I mean, like history says the Bills are winning this game. That's what history says. This is basically the Bills Super Bowl every year.
Yeah, but we'll see what the refs say.
You only care about the refs in the playoffs, bro. Who cares about the regular season?
The Chiefs are the most fraudulent 9-0 team I've ever seen since the freaking Steelers of 2020.
No, I would say Philadelphia last year was pretty fraudulent.
Listen, they have out of every 9-0 team to this point, they have the lowest point differential of any of those teams, and it's not close. Their point differential is 58 over the course of 9 games. That is the lowest in NFL history to a 9-0 team. This team is great. Don't get it twisted. There's been some sus things. Isaiah Likely's big toe. Yes, he was out of bounds, but it was a damn toe. the block field goal last week, the pass interference against the Bengals. I don't even know what that damn team is doing. They're just so boring. They're boring like the Chargers. The AFC West is the most boring division in NFL football history up until this point. All of them are boring. They're tolerable to watch.
I don't know. Bo Nix. Bo Nix is intriguing. Justin Herbert has been playing pretty well.
He's boring. That team is boring. The Chargers are boring.
They've been playing pretty well. I don't knock the Chargers.
It's chilly.
The Raiders got Brock Bowers. That's relevant. Toss now, guys.
It's so boring. Anyway, I digress. I went on a tangent, and I apologize. Baker,
yes.
Before I swing it back to chill, man, who's playing running back for you in your lineups this week?
I mean, obviously CMC, great play. Devon Achane, great play. Either Detroit running back, great play. If I'm coming off the top rope, if I'm coming with something that's off the board and we can look up at, 4:00 on Sunday and be like, oh, damn, their run defense does suck. I mean, none of us wanted to play him. They're coming off a bye. If there is a potential get right spot, especially if my boy ends up being a little bit more popular than he should be, I don't hate the idea of playing Nicholas Jamal Chubb.
Well, he's free on FanDuel. Just going to point that out there. He's 6,200 on FanDuel.
Yeah, he's going to be the chalk on FanDuel.
I mean, for the FanDuel players, I would play Chase Brown for you people. For you people.
What do you mean, you people?
I do want to say, which may help your case or not help your case, that the Browns defense is allowing the highest explosive play rate during the last month at 15%.
So are you trying to talk me into playing MVS this week or something?
It's probably just play Kamara, right?
Well, the Browns are giving up deep shots. That's the MVS special.
It is the MVS special, isn't it? It is.
Which, not to get us over to wide receiver already, but I guess the interesting thing, if we're going to go the MVS route, is he's basically the Rashid Shaheed in this offense right now. At least through 1 week, he played that deep role, which, once again, he's fast. So against a team that gives up explosive plays to random people, i.e. Quentin Johnston, MVS makes some sense. On the other side of the Brown stacks that I'm in, will I go there? Still undecided, but makes sense.
I mean, New Orleans is pretty bad against running backs too. They do allow like 5% over projected running back point total. So they are pretty bad.
What do you think about Denver's running back situation?
Pass.
I don't see how you could play it confidently. I mean, if you want to take a shot on the random, I forgot his name.
Estimate.
Audric Estimate.
Yeah, I mean, like, who is it? Is it Jaleel McLaughlin? Is it that guy? Is it Javonte Williams? Is it another guy starting next week? Who knows? Like, probably just
Javonte Williams confidently got benched. Another one of Studer's boys that he had a boner for that stinks, and now he's not playing anymore. So that guy's got a hit rate of 0. But I digress.
Studer will just blame Sean Payton. He'll be like, Sean Payton doesn't know. Or he'll blame the knee injuries.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Audric is that he's 5,400 on FanDuel. So, like, you want to take the chance of there being some potential in this offense. This might be the week to do it. So, and at 5,400, I'd be willing to take a shot against Atlanta. So, just kind of throwing that out there. We saw the Gus Bus kind of cut into the workload of J.K. Dobbins. I'm not saying that the Gus Bus is an option, but does it take a little bit away from J.K. Dobbins?
Oh yeah,
I think it just takes away from the shine of the shiny new toy that a lot of people were excited about in LA.
Fair. We miss anybody? Because like I said, my gold star play is Monty. Just play as many Lions as humanly possible this week. Play the defense. Play the Sun God. Play Williams. Play what's their punt returner's name that plays
Is
second string? Play that guy. Play
do we know
Monty. Play
any news on Laporta? Is Laporta
the injury?
Yeah.
No, but I haven't seen anything as of today. But you can obviously, if he doesn't play for some strange reason, you can play our client,
Brock, right?
Brock.
So I think this team is going to be forgotten this week, coming off of their really poor performance on Monday Night Football. But like, let's not forget, like, although the Patriots are playing better, they're not good at football either. So like, if to me, like, if Kyren Williams is going to have the lowest ownership out of that group, right? Because like on DraftKings, just kind of taking a look here, he's basically he's in between Achan, he's in between Brees Hall. It's not that much more to Kamara or CMC. I think if Kyren Williams is coming in at single digits, that's probably the guy you play and walk away.
So you like him over our king?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because you got to remember, like, that's a division matchup. I don't know, is that game in Pittsburgh or Baltimore?
Pittsburgh.
And again, like, obviously that team can break the slate. Like, that's not out of the realm of possibility. But like, I don't know. I'll never say don't play our king, but at this point, he hasn't been doing the greatest. He kind of gets there, but for that salary, like, he's $200 below CMC. So like, Derrick Henry has to have a game to keep you safe from CMC, right?
I mean, him or Kyren, they need to put up 25 to 30.
But like Kyren could do that a little way easier against the Patriots, and he's cheaper. You may need that couple $100.
Hey, we just know the rule when it comes to Derrick Henry. There's a rule. We follow it. Nobody's playing him. You play him.
I mean, Eckler did get there last week, so I mean, again, I get it.
I mean, Eckler got there. Tyrone Tracy got there a few weeks ago on Monday night. Like Pittsburgh, I'm not saying that they're a defense that we're going to attack, but I'm not scared of it.
See our boy McWeapons got in the end zone too.
Dude.
Let's slide over to receiver because obviously it's an important topic of discussion. Chili, I'll start with you. Ja'Marr Chase coming off the 900-point game on Thursday last week. Although he's not playing the Ravens, we do have him in our lives. Sitting at the top of the charts here. I have him in my life. I have him. We as FanDuel players have him. So he's an option to say the least.
He's a swaption.
Swaption, option. I'll build around him. I mean, $9,000 worth of Ja'Marr Chase, but one might argue that he's underpriced after last week's performance. But Chill, where are you starting if you're going to start at the top? Because, again, we mentioned some high-end running backs that we do want to play. Not saying that CMC, at least on DraftKings, is a jam, but if you're going to start there and you got to pick one of these guys up top, who are we feeling?
I mean, like, I'm probably only playing Amon-Ra St. Brown if I play him with Jared Goff. Like, I think if I do if I play the Lions, it's probably an onslaught. So I don't hate Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm kind of interested in Jetta because we obviously know what the Vikings did last week against that vaunted Jags defense. I mean, it's not a great matchup at Tennessee. Obviously, Sam Darnold may be reverting back to what they call pumpkin mode. But like at this point, like I'd be kind of interested in Jetta. Kind of depending on what I'm doing at running back. Um, if I'm picking a Rams guy, I'm probably picking Puka. Like if you say Cup, I agree. I think those are fine. But I mean, I think probably, and then probably the gold star play of the week. I think is probably going to be Tyreek Hill, right? Is that how we
He
feel
gets
on this show?
he gets my gold star.
Nah.
If everyone's playing Devon A. Chain, guess what? You know what? That's the bold call. That's the take. That's the in show for me. I don't care, guys. It's Tyreek Hill week. I never say it, but I'm the one that's gonna say it this week. Okay, it ain't gonna be the Dolphins fan over there. No. It's gonna be me. Tyreek Hill is gonna shut down this slate. He's gonna put people in sleep this week and deal with it. Especially if he's going to be projected at less than 5% owned, you can forget it. It is Tyreek Hill and the rest of the field that you got to combat. Sorry about your luck if you don't play Tyreek Hill this week. Sorry about it. And as Baker politely pointed out in the chat, Cavs still undefeated. Let's go. Shout out to the Cleveland Cavaliers, still undefeated. Yeah. Good times.
82-0. Here we go.
Right, we're well on the way to 82-0, baby. Season sweep. But yeah, man. Again, only person that's getting gold star for me, Tyreek Hill. Deal with it. Baker, can I trust Calvin Ridley again, man? Like Will Levis is trash, but like. He throws to that guy like a lot.
And that guy only. There's nobody else to throw to. What are you going to play? Nick Westbrook-Akine?
I did.
Gross. The fuck is wrong with you?
Baker, I would like to point out in a contest on DraftKings. Obviously, we do our doll hair. I mirror that lineup in the actual doll hair lineup for the DraftKings lobby or whatever.
Yes.
I finished 50 spots out of dead last.
You do have the new record low. You took it from me, you bastard.
It's got over 100,000 individual lineups. That's a single entry contest. So 100,000 plus people. And I only beat 50 of them. Not saying Nick Westbrook-Akine was in that lineup, but he might as well have been. So that's why I don't want to talk about week 10, just like I don't talk about Bruno. So, anywho, yeah, he don't throw to nobody else but Calvin Ridley. But can I trust him? Can I confidently, with your blessing, put him in a lineup? Can the people put Calvin Ridley in their lineups this week?
I mean, buyer beware. That's what I will say. I will say buyer beware.
I mean, Minnesota does give up fourth, like kind of projected, like fourth highest point total projected for wide receivers at like 7%. So it's like Calvin Ridley is the gold star. I'm getting a garbage touchdown play of the week. And like Minnesota does blitz a lot. Like he can get one for 60.
He's not wrong. And he's like damn near free on FanDuel. He's 6,400. Like, it's like literally nothing. But
I mean, if you're jamming in running backs, you kind of have to play them, right? Or are you playing like 20% owned Nick Chubb?
No, I'm playing 4% owned Tyreek Damn Hill. I don't care what anybody. I'm doing it. It's Tyreek Hill week, boys. Deal with it. Deal with it.
I'll ask this gross question. I don't think either one of you are going to play one, but if you had to pick a Jets wide receiver,
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson. I think Devontae Adams is dealing with a foot. Is that what I saw? Not saying it seems like he's a little less than 100%, but at the same time, yeah, man. If I want ceiling and probably an ownership discount, it'll be Garrett Wilson.
I was kind of leaning towards Adams. I don't know. Like I said, I would have to check the injury stuff. He's like, he had 13 targets last week.
Yeah, I think he's got a foot, but I will triple check for you.
Just kind of curious.
Baker, who are you running in these Jameis stacks? That's what I want to know.
So I have two ways of building Jameis so far this week. It's Jameis with Nick Chubb, and then a pass catcher, and then I have my double stack of Jameis, in which Cedric Tillman just had Cedric Tillman's just easy to play. So then my question for myself becomes: do I trust Jerry Jeudy or do I trust Elijah Moore? I think the floor of Elijah Moore is higher than Jerry Jeudy's, but the ceiling of Jerry Jeudy, I think, is higher than Elijah Moore. So
on 444's breakout model, Jerry Jeudy and Cedric Tillman are at the top of it. So if that gives you any confidence, they are projecting both those receivers very well this week.
And I can honestly see why, and that's why I think the ceiling for Jerry Jeudy is higher than Elijah Moore. But on DraftKings, over a predominant PPR site,
not on FanDuel,
Elijah Moore, I think within the realm of possibilities is a 7-catch, 70-yard, and toss a coin if he accidentally falls into the end zone. 7 for 70, we're already at 14 points. You accidentally fall into the end zone, we're close to 20 points now. So that's why that's why there's that dilemma for me between those two specifically. For some reason, I'm not coming on David Njoku. I'm just not there right now. Don't know why. But for you, Sully Ali Shaheed.
Yes.
I have a prop for you. 1v1. You have fallen in love. Absolutely in love. You're ready to propose. You're ready to get married again to Tyreek Hill right now, right?
I am ready to pronounce to the fantasy gods that my heart and wallet belong to Tyreek Hill this week. So yes, I am ready.
So you're SpongeBob, you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
1v1 Tyreek Hill, DK Metcalf. You want it?
Bet.
You don't want this smoke. You do not want this smoke, sir.
Baker, how many props on this show do I gotta whip your ass in before you stop taking them against me? How many?
I was keeping track of the props, but I lost my folder in the move. So,
that's all right.
So unless I go through some random crap and find it again, yeah. But it was a lot closer than you think before I moved. Okay, so I don't want to hear your shit.
I'm sorry. I'm looking for a handy dandy notebook.
Do you guys have a preference out of any of the 49ers wide receivers? Obviously, Debo kind of burnt everybody last week. Jawan Jennings is still kind of cheap, and this man just racked in targets.
I mean, Jawan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, I think are both fine plays. I don't mind either or. I think it just depends on.
I think Ricky's. Oh, we lost the boss. Oh, he's back. Ricky's kind of thin. I think. Like I need to see it more. Is that fair?
I mean, that's fair. I just don't play in the world of I need to see it.
Yeah, I think for him I do. I think I'd rather play Jennings. I don't know what his ownership's going to be though.
I mean, as of right now, and obviously early week, the two chalkiest 49ers are Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel.
Yeah.
So right now, if you play a 49er not named those two, you're different.
Yeah, Jennings was pretty good last week.
I think.
Did y'all see they switched their positions? That Jennings moving to the X now.
Interesting.
Yeah, and they're putting Pearsall at the Y and then Debo at the other one.
So they're
moving Debo inside / flanker? Or no, Pearsall will be flanker. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
So who in that is in the slot?
That would be Ricky Pearsall.
Interesting.
I guess to free him up to give him more space. I don't know what the logic was. All I know is that I did see the report that he will be moved. That Jawan Jennings is moving to the X.
I mean, for one of the better games on the slate, you would think unless a Christian McCaffrey like breaks the slate, like one of those wide receivers is going to probably do pretty well.
I think
Yeah,
the
I would
way
think
for
so.
these 49ers to break the slate is obviously Seattle pushing it. And I don't think there's a better person on Seattle to push it than
No, I
one
think
DK Metcalf.
I think DK Metcalf is fine. I won't knock that at all.
And you want to talk about somebody who's damn near free. DK Metcalf is typically a low 6, mid 7,000, 7,200 or 7,000 to a high 6K. He's now 6,500 on DraftKings. So
It's not bad.
Yeah, sorry to follow up on that. Yeah, Juwan Jennings is moving forward. Will be playing the role of Brandon Ayuk, basically. So he's the X,
Ayukin.
Debo's the Y, and Ricky Pearsall will remain in the slot.
Yeah, on FanDuel, Baker, DK Metcalf, 8K. They don't fuck around.
Yeah, FanDuel said you ain't getting this man.
Now JSN is 73.
Oh, no way. That's not that can't be right?
What are you looking at?
Yo, was I wrong? There's no way. I could have sworn I heard today that Gardner Minshew was starting for the Raiders.
No,
Is
he
it still
was.
AOC?
This report says the Riddler is starting.
I read earlier that it was Gardner Minshew. So unless they changed it in the past couple hours.
This was, I mean, I'm literally reading this from yesterday that says the Riddler is going to start, but it may or may not be updated because I could have sworn I heard today that Gardner Minshew was officially starting.
There's no way.
Okay,
there is
here's
no
the new
fucking
report.
way. Guys.
Okay, it is Gardner Minshew. I was
4
going to say,
hours
if
ago,
it was the
says
Riddler,
Raiders to stick
guess
with
what?
Gardner
I'm not playing
Minshew.
another quarterback.
Per ESPN, this says Gardner Minshew. Yahoo Sports says Gardner. The Raiders Wire.
I mean, it looks like all signals are pointing to Gardner, and for them playing Gardner Minshew, I don't mind.
But it sounds like his leash is about yay big.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's just gonna play the Riddler and pray.
I mean, and because of that, I don't mind that Jacoby Myers. If Desmond Ridder was named the starter, I'd be a little bit scared. But with Gardner Minshew at least starting with this short of a leash, I don't mind Jacoby Myers.
Baker, who scores more fantasy points this week? Cooper Rush or last week, or Desmond Ridder this week?
I think by default, I want to say Desmond Ridder.
You got to score more than 0.
Well, wait, like
you
there's
can't
a couple
check in the game and take a knee. There's
a couple of formats where like Cooper Rush got negative points. So if he literally sits on the bench, he's outscoring him.
Yes, as I told y'all off air, I had to start Cooper Rush. He got me -2 points.
Baker, I started a new tally. So any other prop bets you want to take against me?
I mean, here's the thing. I'm about to fucking run the table. I'm about to be like the Cleveland Cavaliers on you, bro. You can't.
Baker. All right, we'll go back in every position then if you want the smoke. So
you don't want this smoke, Sully. I promise you do not want it.
Yeah, on FanDuel, Cooper Rush got -2, bro.
Oh man, then yes, Desmond Ridder by default has officially, as long as he does not step on the field.
Yeah, 45 yards, 2 fumbles. The 2 fumbles were worth -4.
Oh my God, dude.
I mean, we kind of already stated it, but like, play George Pickens going up against Baltimore. We see this defense just gives it up to everybody. And basically, Pittsburgh's offense now is run the ball, moon ball, run the ball, moon ball. Like,
so I mean, the YOLO King is back in effect.
If you're feeling really frisky, I mean, it's ultra mega thin, but you can play Mike Williams.
No. Like my first look, I'm like, oh, Mike Williams, that might not be. No, I talked myself out that shit real quick.
That's large field.
Yeah, we can make the transition over to tight end because we can certainly play the Muth this week.
Oh, right? The Muth can get loose.
Yeah, I think it's time for the Muth to get loose. Oh, excuse me. Side note, by the way, Baker.
Yes.
You're not invited to next week's show.
Hurtful?
Damn.
Yeah. I can't let you on. You know why?
Why?
Because it looks like the Giants will be starting Drew Lock next week. And I don't want an hour show about Drew Lock. I just don't. I just don't. I just
Drew
don't.
Lock for all the monies.
I just don't want it. Malik Neighbors is back on the menu.
Taking all the Drew Locks.
Did you see who the Giants are playing next week?
Who do the Giants play next week?
The fucking Bucks at home. They're at MetLife.
Sully, you load up Drew Lock. God damn you. You load up Drew Lock next week. God damn you.
We might have to.
I think we're foreshadowing for next week. I think it's Drew Lock week next week. Anyway, now that excitement has died down.
Oh no, I might skip this week. Like we might skip week 11 to get to week 12. Fuck this week.
Right? He's like, nah, pass.
Just so I can play my boy Drew Lock. God damn it.
This is Baker's bye week. Baker has officially entered his bye week.
There was a trade in our Dynasty League.
I saw that. I was going to look when we get off the air.
Okay, so tight ends, we'll slap it real quick. If Sam Laporta plays, I think that's a gold star play. 4,300 on DK. Looks like the chalk du jour is going to be our client, Brock Bowers, this week. A lot of people playing Travis Kelce as well. I don't mind the play, but he's been hot lately, so I guess I can't mind that.
I think Dalton Kincaid would make a lot of sense.
I think that's the injury to monitor, honestly.
Yeah, if he plays. Yep, correct. If he plays.
If not, then I think Dawson Knox is probably a free square.
Absolutely.
At 3,500, I think that just makes like guys like Khalil Shakur like more interesting if all the chalk's going to go that way.
I mean, but Kansas City they don't care about tight ends. You just get your 3 for 50 and you get out.
3 for 50 and 2 touchdowns incoming from Dawson Knox.
I mean,
two.
You heard me. I didn't stutter.
Dawson Knox could go 2 for 2 for 2. 2 receptions, 2 yards, 2 touchdowns.
He's not wrong. You're not wrong.
And he will return value.
You're not wrong.
I mean, like,
what if we don't get Isaiah Likely back this week again?
I was going to comment on that. Mark Andrews is definitely a slam play. I mean, I've been playing a lot of Mark Andrews even before the Isaiah Likely injury. I think Mark Andrews, the Funky Bunch, is in another great position.
Yeah, I like that as well. Chill, who's on your short list for tight end?
Hunter Henry, question mark. I'd say Hunter Henry, David Njoku, if you're playing famous. I mean, Taysom Hill was really close to an 80-yard touchdown last week, wasn't he?
I didn't see the game, so I can't comment.
I think I don't know if they had. I don't know if he got like knocked out of bounds, but like he arguably should have had like a 80-yard touchdown reception.
So you're saying play Taysom Hill on the other side of your Jameis stacks? That's what you're saying?
I mean, I don't hate it.
I mean, I have a grosser play than Taysom Hill.
It's tight end. It's all the same.
Kyle Pitts? Question mark.
Sure.
Here's the logic. I got logic.
I ain't doing that.
I got logic, Sully. I got logic.
All right. Talk to me.
So Patrick Surtain will take away the combination of Darnell Mooney and Drake London, potentially forcing more targets to one redacted tight end. Not to say that it's a great matchup or anything of that nature. I just think that more targets to be forced his way because of the greatness of Patrick Surtain.
It sounds like it's a Ray McLeod week then, huh?
No. No. Hell, it still could be a Drake London week, honestly, because he plays the big slot. He plays in the slot more than he plays outside nowadays.
I mean, if we're all being honest, this just seems like this would be like TJ Hawkinson just like goes 10 for 10 for 2. Like 10 receptions, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns.
TJ Hawkinson is another pass catcher that is on top of the 4-for-4 breakout receiver model.
Well, there you
Shockingly,
go.
I actually played some TJ Hawkinson last week in my leverage of Jetta and AJ
That
or
was
Aaron
that was
Jones.
that was smart.
It
Smart.
was.
It was a good
But
play.
wasn't smart as I played him with Brian Thomas.
You know how
Playing
bad
any Jag last week did not work. It didn't work. It didn't
Yeah,
work.
I was trying to be too sharp.
You're too sharp, Baker. You're too sharp.
I mean, honestly, with the way he's kind of selling me on Tyreek Hill, it kind of makes me want to play Brock Bowers on the other side.
Just play Jacoby Myers and walk away.
Play your client, Barack Bowers.
So Baker, answer me this question.
I got you.
Let's set the scene here.
Oh God.
Miami is in that ass. All right. So Tyreek Hill has already done his thing. Is the Riddler more inclined to throw to Brock Bowers or Jacoby Myers? Because this show is forecasting that the Riddler's getting into the game.
I think the Riddler's more inclined to throw to the other team. So load up the Dolphins defense? Question mark.
Segway.
I mean, I think they're going to be the chalk defense. I would think, right?
Yeah, they're projected as the highest owned defense currently. But I mean, there's another team that plays the team that got their quarterback sacked 9 times and hit 13.
He got himself sacked. Like, I'm a Caleb Williams defender, but that dude was playing awful.
Well, guess what? He gets to play the Packers this week off a bye. So you think he played awful last week? Just wait.
Right.
Just wait.
Would you play Tennessee's defense at 2,300?
It's defense. Why the fuck not?
He's got a point.
I mean, at this point, based on Jared Goff's last performance, he played the Jags defense.
The Jags defense played well.
They did.
They played exceptionally well, actually.
It's because Sam Darnold was trash. I don't think Jared Goff's throwing 5 picks again.
We're post Halloween and Sam Darnold had to take off his Tom Brady costume.
Big facts.
I also believe that the Bears defense at 2,400 is not a bad option either. Jordan Love he'll throw it to everybody.
Oh, absolutely. Jordan Love makes the spectacular play, and he'll make the fucking boneheaded play too.
You ain't never lied.
That's a lie because I've lied.
I mean, let's be real as well. The Saints defense is a play.
No, they are not.
Because Jameis will throw it to everybody.
The Saints defense is not a play. When they get negative 10 points and you can't even score that low, it's chill. Let you know.
Let's just play the Jets against freaking Anthony Richardson, please.
Don't do that.
Let's just do that.
I'm telling you not to do it.
I'm doing it.
Don't you dare. Just because you're doing it in yearly does not mean you have to do it in DFS.
Man, my yearly team was asked to. Week 10 was just so terrible. We are due for some get back this week, Baker.
The first rule of week 10. We don't talk about week 10.
It is positive regression week. That's what week 11 is. Positive regression. That's what I'm deeming this week.
I don't think I mind. I'm probably not the Bills defense because if Kansas City's gonna run, but I don't mind the Chiefs defense.
I'm sorry, you know the rules, chill. If it fits, play it.
That's also true. If you need the money, go play Tennessee's defense and walk away.
I mean, facts. Big facts.
I'll do it. You know me, man. I'll freaking do it. Before we get into our top stacks and bold calls, let's make sure we do all the things that help out the DFS Deli. Get to more eyes and ears. Hit that like and subscribe. Always well appreciated. Leave comments if you would like to. And obviously, I will try my best to reply to anybody that would love to talk to us on the DFS Deli on YouTube or your favorite podcast streaming services. Baker, your favorite stack going into week 11, and of course, a bold call.
Favorite stack. It was my first look when I looked on Monday evening. I'm going to go Jameis Winston. I'm going to go Nick Chubb, and I'm going to go Cedric Tillman. My bold call is DK Metcalf. 7 catches, 175 yards. Not one, not two. He finds that pay dirt 3 times.
You better go bet that prop.
I can't read it.
I got it written down. I'm putting bold right here.
Bold.
So that's your bold call.
Oh yeah. And so to put a bow on DK Metcalf, he is my beast of the week.
Shut up, dude. Chili, favorite stack, and of course,
my favorite stack is the Lions.
just the team.
I mean, like, if we're being honest here, I think you're gonna need a lion, right? So that's my humble opinion. You're gonna need a lion. It could be Jameson Williams could go 3 receptions for $150 and 2, like, you know. But I mean, if we're out here getting bold, is it bold to say that the Kansas City Chiefs will beat the Buffalo Bills? They are underdogs.
They're an undefeated team.
They're underdogs, though.
So they're an undefeated team, and you calling it bold for them to beat the Bills? Get the fuck out of here.
No. I mean, so like the Lions. So, I don't care. However you want to stack the Lions is fine. If you want to do running back defense, you want to onslaught it. You want to go Jared Goff with pass catchers. Jared Goff, insert running back here, wide receiver. However you want to do it is fine. So I do like the Lions. And then I'll give you a bold take here. I'll just go that Puka Nacua breaks the slate.
Oh, you need some Pook Nukem, huh?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna put chill with his bold call. Puka. All right, got it. Obviously, I'm still tailing. Favorite stack: Tua Tagovailoa, Tyreek Hill, Jonnu Smith. Put them all together. You have a nice Dolphin sandwich, and of course, the mini bold take is that David Montgomery will splash the dirt 2 times. So put in Monty for 2. But the Sandman himself, Tyreek Hill, will be putting those that did not own him to sleep. As Tyreek Hill, he will be your wide receiver 1, week 11, as he goes for 170 on the dot on 5 catches, just 5. That's all he'll need. 5 catches, $170, and he will splash the dirt 2 times. So I'm writing it down: 570 and 2. I'm not crazy enough to say 3 because I think Devon Achane is going to get his. Yeah, I think the chalk donkeys will be rewarded for playing Devon Achane. But if you want to get a little weird, I could play them all together. Play Jonnu, play Devon, play Tyreek. Hell, even Jalen Waddle might do something at some point this year. So just go Dolphins crazy. Oh, and that's the last bold call. You will see the Riddler this week. You will see the Riddler. Baker, closing thoughts for week 11?
It's not week 10.
Thank you, Jesus. It is not week 10 anymore. Chili, closing thoughts for week 11, man?
No, like I said, I think it's a lot of interesting games. I mean, it kind of depends on how you want to play it. Do you want to play the running backs? Do you want to pay up for wide receiver? Obviously, I think there's a lot of good running back plays. So, we'll see. Like I said, I think you're going to need a Lion. So, good luck.
I like it. I like it. Well, this has been a great episode of the DFS Deli. I appreciate you all for listening in. For Baker, for Chill, I've been your host, Sully Ali Shaheed, and we're going to go ahead and close up the shop. Of course, we'll see you all at the top.